Yeah, so this is going to be the second video in the week one series of the walkthroughs. And this issue's title is called Week One Say Hello to VS Code. So what VS Code is it's a code editor where you're able to edit your code, basically just do anything you want with it, right? So you can edit it, type in it, and then after that, you're able to push your changes to GitHub where you're able to access it in this repository. So let's go through each of these tasks. And it says first, download Visual Studio Code. If you don't have it already, you can go to a new tab and type in download Visual Studio Code. And you can click the first link and just download the one that is for your operating system. And after that, it says open Visual Studio Code and download the Azure Tools and Live Server extensions. So I'm just going to copy Azure Tools and open Visual Studio Code. Let's split screen this. Sorry about that. So yeah, so the way you install extensions on Visual Studio Code is if you look at this left sidebar, you'll see that there's something called 4 boxes and it says extensions. If you click on that, that's how you can access extensions and how you can install new ones. So let's search for a new one. We want Azure Tools, so let's paste that in there like that. And the first one that comes up, it should be from Microsoft. And you can just install this. Yours will probably say install, but I already have it installed, so this is what mine looks like. After that, you'll need the Live Server extension. And it's by Ritwick Day. And what Live Server basically does is it allows you to edit HTML sites really quickly. And you're probably not going to use this until week 4, but we just want to get the installation out of the way so you don't have to run into issues later on. And sorry, I forgot to mention this earlier, but Azure Tools, it allows you to interface with Azure functions, anything that you can do with on Azure. So you can create Azure functions, edit them, and deploy them straight from VS Code. So we have that done. Once we have that done, let's check that off. And then it says, download Visual Studio Code, install the, okay, yeah, wait, sorry, we already did that. So it says, clone the repo using the terminal of Visual Studio Code and create a new branch named hello. So what we can do is, I'm just going to open a new tab, just so we can use the current one as a reference. And I'm going to head back. If you just click on this, mine's called Demo Camp, my repository is called Demo Camp. The clone a repo, what you can do is click the code button right here, drop down, make sure you're selected on SSH. So search with HTTPS. Click this button, it should say copied. To open a terminal in Visual Studio Code like they want you to, what you can do is head to Visual Studio Code on the top tab and then click New Terminal. Then what you can do is to clone a repo, what you can say is Git Clone. Just paste in that URL, it should end in .git. If you just click enter, you'll notice that a lot of stuff happened, and this just means that this was successful. So after we've cloned it, what we can do is we can actually close this right now. Because, well, sorry, we don't close this, but we can open up that folder that we just cloned in Visual Studio Code. So if we just click open folder, and you'll notice that I have something called Demo Camp here now. So if I just double click on that, it will open up in my code editor, which is VS Code. So you'll notice that we have these files over here, and these files are the exact same files that we have in this repository. So we have funkignore, code of conduct, bunny image, .github. So everything is now on our local machine. Let me just close these boxes real quick. And then, so yeah, we have this open and we have cloned it. And it says, sorry, it also wants us to create a new branch named hello. So let's open a new terminal again. To create a branch in Git using the command line, what you do is git checkout -b and the branch name. Git checkout means switch to a branch. -b means you want to create a new branch because the branch does not exist yet. So we want to create the hello branch. Let's click enter. It says switch to a new branch named hello, which is what we want. So that step is done. In a new file named week1/helloworld.js, write and export a JavaScript function that returns hello world. So what we do is we want to create a file named helloworld.js, but we want this file to be in the week1 directory. So let's create a folder called week1. And sorry, I'm going to use the words folder and directory interchangeably, but in the end, they mean the exact same thing. So bunny image is a directory because they contain files. Cypress is a directory, etc., etc. So let's create the week1 directory. Let's type in the file name helloworld.js. So once we have that, it says write and export a JS function that returns hello world. To do this, what we can say is we can just say function hello, like that. So the syntax for creating a function is the function keyword. So that tells JavaScript that you're creating a function. Then the function name, which in our case is going to be hello. The number of parameters or the arguments it's going to take. We're not going to take any, so we're just going to open and close parentheses. If you did have any, arguments would go in between here, and then open and close brace, which means that you're currently editing in the function. So it says you want to return hello world. So to return hello world, what you can do is just say return hello world, like that. Oops, like that. That's what they want you to do. But let's just say we're going to do this wrong, and let's just put a lot of exclamation points right here, because let's just pretend we did something wrong, because this is what's going to happen in the real world. After that, it says write an export. It says how do you export a function? Let's copy this line of code. Module.exports is equal to hello. So that's basically just how our bot is going to check your code that you did it correctly. After you did that, it says commit your changes. So what you can do is git add dot. What git add dot does is it adds all the files in your current directory into Git control. So it basically means that Git is now tracking these files, and it's like a preparation step before you can commit to GitHub and push to this interface. So you do git add dot, then you do git commit -m. You write your commit message, which in our case is going to be add hello world.js, like that. That's a normal output, that's good. And then what a commit message basically is it's something like start workflows, initial commit. So everything in this like center column is a commit message. After that, what you can do is you can type in git push origin and the branch name that you want to push to, which is hello. Type that in, which is good, that was right. So now let's make a pull request. So it said, GitHub's pretty smart. It says hello had recent pushes a minute ago. So let's just create the pull request. And it's going to say that it's still not, or the code is still running, right? So there's an orange bubble right there. It means that it is not done. So it's going to run. And I'll be right back after this finishes running. Okay, cool. So after this finished running, you'll see that we did do something wrong, right? There's an X right here, which means there was an error. But what's super cool about CounselorBot is that it will tell you what went wrong. It says there was an error, got hello world, right, with a ton of exclamation points, which is what we have right here, instead of was expecting hello world within this. So therefore, you know we did something wrong. To fix this, what we can say is to actually just return hello world. I'm just going to copy this line so we don't make another typo. Say is just replace this with that. And if you want the bot to check your code again, what you can do is just type in, just replace that there, save your file, do git add dot again, git commit -m, fixed typo. Then you could git push origin hello. So these steps are going to be used a lot of times. So now you'll see that right after we push those changes, GitHub is super fast, and it says that it already shows that we've already pushed this right here. And you'll see that the code is running again. And I'll be right back after this runs. Yeah, so after I fix that typo, you'll notice that CounselorBot approved my changes, and now we get a time to merge. You only merge once you get this time to merge message. Then you click merge pull request, because it's a green button, big green button, merge it, and then we're done. So after that, let's head back to issues, refresh this, and you'll see that we get a next issue, which is the next step. It's going to be getting cat pics with Postman. So that is the end of the second step in week 1. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.